Hi there, how are we doing? We're back on the 67 Hail Hail channel on YouTube with me, Hamish Carton. Now we're chatting Jack Hendry today, the current Celtic player who is currently out on loan in Belgium playing for Oostende. We're going to get a bit of a Belgian point of view, a Belgian opinion on Jack Hendry on today's video. Delighted to say we've been joined by Junior Verbeeke, who is a journalist who covers Belgian football. Junior, I think you cover Oostende and Club Bruges as well.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
So Jack Hendry, tell me about him. What has the view been in Belgium on Jack Hendry this season?
Well, of course, it was a little bit of a name that came to Ostende because of last year. Ostende had a very difficult season with some cash flow problems, financial problems. They had to look for new owners. Half of the squad left or did not get a new contract or something. So Ostende was a little bit of a question mark this season. Now they got new owners, American owners from PMG, and they are using a database system to do transfers. Young players who are not playing that much but have like a high value potential. Now Jack Hendry is on loan, but he was a bit of a chance for Oostende because an opportunity because of his situation in Celtic. He wasn't playing. He had that injury, I think.
Yeah.
So he came, but there was a little bit of a sepsis because he didn't play for too long. But of course, he won the league title 2 times with Celtic. He played Europa League. He played Cup. So on sportive basis, there was like enough to get him, but there were some questions about his fitness. But now, a few months later, he's one of the key players in Ostend. He plays almost everything when he's fit. He's playing, and he has been in Team of the Week in certain sport media for a few times. And there was like one statistic a few weeks ago that he won the most aerial duels in the whole league. So that's quite impressive. And now they're fourth in the league. It's a huge surprise because it's a small club with a small budget. A lot of young players, young inexperienced players. Like Jack is 25, and he's one of the most experienced players. So
wow.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, they beat Genk 3-1 last night, which I think moves them a point behind Genk, who are in third place. Ostend are in fourth place. Jack Hendry has had COVID, I think, the last couple of weeks. He missed 3 or 4 matches and then came back into the team. I think he came on as a substitute last night. I was reading some comments from Jack Hendry saying that during lockdown he found himself in the gym more, working with weights, building his upper body strength, his lower body strength. Does he look quite fit, quite quick, quite strong this season?
He looks strong, and he's tall. He's not like a thin boy or something, but it's not that he has like improved a lot of on his body like the last weeks, because it was only 2 weeks or 10 days. But I don't think he has been. He hasn't been very sick from COVID, because he was really waiting in quarantine to be officially COVID free. I think he had to do 2 tests, but as for the moment he was COVID free. He could train. He was back with the squad. Yeah, he didn't start yesterday night because he hadn't played for a few games, but he subbed another player at halftime, and he helped the team to get the victory. So yeah, he was important yesterday because there was a lot of pressure of the other team. So he did well.
Yeah, he's been learning French and also bits of Flemish, which I think are the 2 main languages in the squad.
Yeah.
Have you had any dealings with Jack Hendry? Have you been to any press conferences? Have you heard about him
I
speaking
spoke
French?
him a few times. He's a lovely lad who's very fluent. He's not like really reserved or something. But that's all. That's the atmosphere in Ostend. Also, if we have a press conference, it's not really a press conference. Like I said, it's a small club. So if you have an interview or you have to speak with the coach or something, you just walk in the center where they're training. You wait, and then you sit in a corner somewhere with a player or on a table. Around the table with some players. It's not really official or something. So the context is really not so official when you speak to them.
And the reports were that Celtic and Ostend have agreed a fee, I think, of about €2 million for Jack Hendry at the end of the season. From what you hear, do you think he's going to be signing for Ostend permanently after this season?
There will be interest from other clubs, no doubt, because he's one of the best defenders in Belgium right now, in my opinion. And when he stays fit, because that is also a little bit still a question mark, because sometimes he doesn't train for 2 or 3 days because he has some pains here, pains there, still his ankle sometimes. If he stays fit, I think he's gonna be somewhere else next season. Because Ostende, okay, they have a little bit more money because of the new owners. They can pay the 2 million, I think. But if Jack keeps playing like this, and say if they're playing playoff 1, that's the top 4 teams in Belgium who play for the league title. So now they're 4th place, but it's going to be hard to keep that. But say if they play playoff 1, his value is going to raise a lot, and I think his ambition is going to raise also. So I heard there is some interest from English teams, Scottish teams. Maybe Celtic wants him back after this season. It's not certain, and it would be strange if there's no interest from like some Belgium top teams, because his how do you say it? His profile is really interesting.
Yeah, it's interesting hearing you say that Hendry is one of the best central defenders in Belgium, in your opinion. He wasn't exactly a huge success at Celtic. The fans had kind of written him off as a player that could make an impact at Celtic. But if he's playing that well in Belgium, you would imagine he could do it for Celtic as well, because I would say the Belgian and the Scottish leagues are probably similar kind of level. So maybe there's a future for him at Celtic, but it certainly sounds like he's made quite a big impression with you guys in Belgium.
In Belgium, he made a big impression. But for us, it was like no surprise, because if we look at his history. Like there was a period that he was playing a lot in Celtic. He won league titles. He won the cup. He played Europa League. So we were like, okay, that's quite a big. Not if he went to Bruges or Anderlecht or another big team in Belgium, that would be like a small transfer. But for a club as Ostende, it was a big move for Ostende then. So, but it quite surprises me that they write him off now at Celtic, or maybe it has changed now. Because in Belgium, we see the Scottish League as like, you have Celtic and Rangers, but below that, every team in Belgium can compete with that. So we see Belgium as a stronger league than the Scottish League. I don't think it's certain that Celtic like writes him off now. But on the other side, if they get some good money for him, I don't think they're gonna doubt. So, but I don't think it's gonna be at Ostende after this season. That would be strange. Otherwise, he's very happy in Bruges, a beautiful city where he's living with his girlfriend. So that could be a reason to stay, but I think it's gonna be hard.